Hey, it's not a financial advisor with not financial advice, but I'm here to ask you all a question. Do you think that the crypto sell off and the big tech sell off was a coincidence? What I have to say is that there's a lot of people out there with a lot more money, a lot more information, and are a lot more smart than you or I. So Trump comes out with his big $500 billion Stargate initiative where he's going to pump a bunch of money into AI. And then coincidentally, a few days later, all of this stuff craters because DeepSeek AI comes out with these outlandish claims. So there's three possibilities in my mind. One, all these big tech giants that have been pouring billions of dollars into AI are a bunch of idiots, and they could have done all that they did with old chips, underperforming chips, and $6 million. That's one possibility. The second possibility is that DeepSeek AI, it's all a coincidence, and DeepSeek AI came out with their reports and what they were capable of and how much it cost them and the fact that they weren't using these higher end chips, which are illegal in their country, and they are lying about it. That's a second possibility, and it's a pretty good possibility. The third possibility is that none of this is true. DeepSeek AI used more expensive chips that they're not really supposed to have. It cost them a lot more money and a lot more time to create it than they did. All of these big money inside traders in Congress and in corporations knew about DeepSeek AI ahead of time. I mean, if you think that you and I are the first ones to find out about it, you're only kidding yourself. So they knew about it a long time in advance, but then they orchestrated all these reports in order to get a big tech sell-off and in order to get a crypto sell-off, because they know that there's $500 billion that are going to be pumped in over the next 4 years into this Stargate initiative. And they know that they have a very pro-crypto president who's talking about having crypto reserves for the United States and talking about getting rid of capital gains on cryptos and talking about getting rid of income taxes. And all of this would be a huge boon for cryptos, right? For multiple reasons. Number one, because obviously there's going to be buying, if they build a reserve and they use more than just confiscated coins, then they're going to have to buy, right? It's going to introduce all of these people that are infatuated with Trump into the crypto arena if they aren't there yet. And it's going to give people extra money, disposable income that they're going to be able to buy crypto with. And all of these things that he is proposing are going to cause massive inflation. And if it all causes massive inflation, people are going to want to protect the dollars that they do have. And what's an alternative to the US dollar? The alternative would be different types of decentralized cryptos. So the questions, so my guess is that these people wanted to get into these positions, but they don't want to pay the retail trader prices. So they got to drive them down. And what's the easiest way to do that? Come out with this DeepSeek AI BS that drives the whole market down, crypto and big tech, and it lets them get better entries because they've all got their money sitting on the sidelines and waiting. Now, time will tell. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I went on a little buying spree because I think that when they wanted to get into those positions, they intentionally drove the price down. You can't convince me that they knew that they didn't know about this DeepSeek AI situation before they release it on the App Store. These people have billions of dollars at their disposal. All of them do. They're all looking for it, and they all share information because they're all against you and me. Okay, so what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to come in there and they're going to pay top dollar for all these positions that they want to shovel in tons of money to? No, they're going to push the prices down with some sort of story, and they're going to liquefy a bunch of people's accounts, and they're going to use that liquidity, those stops, the stops that everybody has in, and the fear that they instill into the public. They're going to use that liquidity to fill all their orders at a much lower price and then drive the price right back up. And then they're going to take advantage of these billions of dollars that are getting poured into AI. They're going to take advantage of any kind of money that if Trump starts flying over the United States and dumping money out of the helicopter, because he says that the American people need more money. They're getting mistreated. We're going to we can't get rid of the income tax, but we're going to take all these tariffs and redistribute them to people to offset their income taxes. I could see that happening. He just wants to put on all these tariffs. It's going to drive the prices of goods up, which is going to cause inflation. And it's going to bring in a bunch of money into the government that he's going to use to fund his Stargate AI and pump all these big tech stocks up, because they all just want to inflate the bubble even more. So we know we've been in a bubble. We've been in a bubble since 2012. They never let the stock market correct the way that it should have, okay? Because they started with their stupid ass quantitative easing to infinity, and they've just been inflating the money since then. Obviously, they've been inflating it since they got off the gold standard. Well, actually, they were inflating it before that. That's why they got off the gold standard. However, they've been just massively inflating it with this free money to all their banks, free money to all their cronies, free money to anybody that doesn't want to work, free money to companies, free money to everybody, right? And that's been inflating the money. And so that's what's caused this bubble to just continue. It should have all worked its way out back in 2010 to 2012, but they just couldn't let well enough alone. Why are they going to let well enough alone now? So you have two choices to make. Either one, they got Trump in there just so that they can dump all the markets on him and he can take the blame. Or he's in on the script too, and he's going in there and he's hyperinflating. He's going to hyperinflate the currency so that they can replace it with some digital currency and they get even more control over us. And that's what I think is probably going to happen. Right? So he's just going to come out with these huge programs, huge expenses, and just inflate the crap out of everything the same way they've been doing for over the last decade. And if that's what happens, do you really think this stuff is all of a sudden going to collapse when he comes out and says there's going to be $500 billion poured into it? Oh, okay. So there's been this AI boom for 2 years, and right after he says, now, there is the possibility that he came out with that report. He has no intention of following through with it. And he just came out with that BS to get more buyers in the market, to provide the liquidity for all these rich people to get their exits at these high valuations without driving it down. But I feel like if that were the case, that they wouldn't have come out with this DeepSeek AI reports that were just everywhere, that just collapsed the market. I think they were probably using that to get better entry points so that they can take advantage of these billions of dollars. But what do I know? I have no idea what's going on, but time will tell.